Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an experience like no other. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for The Mary D. Show, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. The Mary D. Show brings you powerful insights and inspiring stories from a diverse range of guests. Join our incredible host, Mary D. Welch, as she sits down with thought leaders, business owners, and changemakers, sharing their journeys and successes. From career professionals and entrepreneurs to educators and beauty advisors, Mary D. Welch interviews sports figures and health enthusiasts, offering a platform for extraordinary voices. Explore the world of extraordinary people and places in business and finance, homes and real estate, beauty and wellness, education and empowerment, sports and health, and more. Want to be a guest on the show? Call 619-669-8603 or email mary@marydwelch.com. Visit www.marydwelch.com to learn more.
Now, hi everybody. I'm actually live on two different devices. I am here with the Mary D Show, and welcome. But I'm also on Instagram, which is new. I've been trying to do both simultaneously through the same, and it hasn't worked. So basically, I'm on my cell phone and I'm on my laptop. So welcome to the Mary D Show. I'd like to first thank you, our live viewers, whether it be Instagram or Facebook, on Streamyard. Welcome. I'd like to thank you to our replay viewers. Welcome, whether you're live or replay. It's good to have all of you. And I know I'm seeing the comments come in. I think that's from Jeff. Hi, Jeff. I saw you come in on Facebook. So let me wave to you. I like to, before I get going, say thank you to our executive producer, Oliver Welch. Hi, babe. For those of you who don't know, that's my husband. He's in the background. He makes sure all these things happen. And he's whether you see him or not, he comes like Christmas, you get to see him in front of the camera, but all the rest of the year he's behind the camera, but always encouraging. And I'd like to thank you to our sponsors. And if you want to sponsor the show too, let me also put that out there. But first, I'll tell you who the sponsors are. They are Front Page Publishing. So if you're looking to write or publish a book, you want to go to Front Page, www.frontpagepublishing.com. If you're looking to write a book or you're looking to publish a book, go there, frontpagepublishing.com. Also, there's an academy called First Book Academy. For those of you writing your first book, then you want to go to First Book Academy. So that's where you're going. So Insta, I'm not trying to look away from you guys, but I'm trying to do both at the same time. So I'm going to have to look both different ways for that to happen. Also, we have the Idea Club as a sponsor. They've been a sponsor since day one. If you are looking to have a 501c3, which is a nonprofit, or if you're looking to have a S Corp or a C Corp, you want to go to the ideaclub.com, because ideaclub.com can help you do any of that. So you want to go there. Many of you know I've been telling you about the book that When I Was on the Moon. It's almost ready. I think I shared with you. It's little things. Let me just say this to all of you. It's not the big things that may have to go back and redo or whatever. It's the little things. But the little things matter. The little things matter. So the book is almost ready. It'll come out. You'll be able to do pre-orders. You'll be able to do pre-orders pretty soon. So I want to share that with all of you guys too. Now I want to add too, this is new. This will be coming out. It will be launching soon. It's called Mary D's VIPs. And if you've been receiving emails, text messages, whatever it is from me, and now, how many years have you been receiving? You can become a VIP. You can become a Mary D's VIPs. You can become one, and that will be coming out. If you're not receiving that information, let's say you don't, I'm trying to see. I see you, Antonio. I see you. I think I see you on two devices, Antonio. I see Antonio comment on one device, and he's saying, "Hey, Oliver," and Nanette over here on with StreamYard, and then I see Antonio over here on Instagram. So that's good. And Antonio is a super fan, and so is Nanette. Nanette's a super fan too. So Antonio and Nanette are super fans. So thank you both. And let me put your comment up, Nanette. She's like, hi, Mary. Hi, Nanette. It's good to see. And ladies and gentlemen, I've already shared this with you. Nanette lives 2 blocks from me. Think about this. We did not know that until about not even a month ago, that we live 2 blocks from each other. I was like, wow. So that tells you, you never know in this world where people are. And I see some comments over here, and that is, I see Nanette over on Instagram too. I tell you guys, this is new for me to be on both. So just know I'm still trying to navigate that. So if it looks like I'm not talking to you, I'm trying to make sure I talk to both devices simultaneously. I see Antonio, you have a comment. What did you say, Antonio? Let me put this up here. You said, hey, Mary, is one of you get me in contact with Haley from from Beyond the Gates. I was going to reach out to her, but I think you could get me in contact with her. Best way, Antonio, is through her Instagram. Her Instagram. Go there. That's the way I connected with her, through her Instagram. As you know, Oliver and I are Beyond the Gates fans. We are strong Beyond the Gates fans. So anyway, if you don't know Beyond the Gates, if you don't know what that is, Beyond the Gates is a soap opera on CBS, which for us is Channel 2, but I don't know what channel it is nationwide. And it comes on for Pacific Standard is 1 o'clock. Let me see. I don't know what time it comes on where you are, but in ours it's 1 o'clock to 2. So I'm actually missing it right now. So I have to go back and watch it later, which is not a problem for me, because we rarely miss any, because we are definitely fans. And yeah. You should, if you're not already watching it, you might want to try it. I like it. It's just, it's one of our, I say, guilty pleasures for me and Oliver. We watch it. I like watching it together, but it's because I worked on a set with a couple, actually a few talent on that show. It is what you mentioned. You definitely mentioned Antonio, the lady that plays that was married. That got married to the gentleman. He left his wife for her. I worked on him. This is on the show, by the way. I worked on a set with her about 3 years ago, and met her. Very nice lady, very down to earth. Her name is Marquita Goings, and she's doing so well on that show. I'm so proud of her. And then also there's another character on the show that I worked another set with. And that the gentleman on the show, he is, he works for the guy that's kind of like the mob boss, I guess you could say that. And he's on the, his name is, what is it, Maurice? I can't think of his last name. But I also worked on a set with him last summer, as a matter of fact. He was the lead, and he's the lead in the movie Urban Flesh Eaters. So he is the talent for Urban Flesh Eaters. And I was still, like I said, I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression. I'm not the talent on these sets. I am what's called below the line. Just so you understand what's going on here. That above the line would be the talent. Those the actresses and the actors. We call them actresses and actors, but in the industry they're called talent, because that's what they are. And I am my position on the set was known as crafty. So if you never heard of and I didn't know all of these either, but I learned them. And crafty means I was in charge of all of the snacks, all of the drink, like your sodas, your juices, your coffee, your tea. That was my job. And I'm gonna give you guys a story, because this is my story. I was working on one of the sets, and I actually said this. I'm thinking, how rude was it that I said it? But I said it out of ignorance. Let me tell you that now. Out of ignorance, I said, I'm just crafty. I remember it. I remember when I said it. I said, I'm just crafty. Like, I said it as if it was, truthfully, I was demeaning myself. I was demeaning myself. Now, I'm working on a movie set. Think about what just happened. I'm on a set, never been on a set. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've been on there, but I never was on a set where I was responsible for whatever was there. I just walked on and off. But where I'm responsible and this is my job and that's totally different. And young lady walked over to me and she said, "Don't you ever say that again." And I said, "Say what?" "Don't you ever say I'm just crafty." She said, "What you don't understand, your job is just as important as everybody's job here. Your job is no less important. We need you like we need the director and the talent and the producers and the lighting and the sound. We need all of us. That's why you see those credits at the end of a movie." And what is interesting about that, ladies and gentlemen, I have, and Oliver will attest to this, when we go to the movies, and even now, even though we're not at the movies, even now, to this day, I've been watching credits. To this day, this has gone on for years. We would sit there in the theater and we're watching the credits. This say 10, 15 years ago, and we're sitting in the theater watching credits. And he would always turn to me and go, "Do you know anybody up there? Do you know any?" It's like, "Do you know any name?" What I did not understand, and I do now, I was manifesting my name to go up there. Think about what I'm saying. Here it is. This is years of this, and now my name is up there. My name is up there, depending on what movie that I worked on, and that's why I said I'm production usually below the line. That's my where I've been. Now I say that to you because she taught me, that young lady taught me so much. I can't remember her name, but I remember her face. And when she said that, it changed everything for me. She said, "This production is the way all productions, when you see any movies and you see the credits and all those things, it takes everybody on that's on those credits to make that movie." And some movies, depending on how they're called, as we know, blockbuster movies, it's thousands of people involved in this and making it. It's so many people until it's just like, wow. It's like a miniature city. And even organizing all that and keeping it, where it all makes sense and the flow of it's just amazing. I enjoy it. It takes a lot of hard work. It is so much. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun at the same time, because you're working with people in a creative space. It is so uplifting for me, because most of the time the work I do is alone. I'm alone. When I am writing books, I tend to be just me and the computer, or me if I'm writing on paper. It depends on how I'm writing it. But no matter what it is, it's still just me. There's no production behind that. It's just me. And so for me to be with a group and have that synergy going for that production, it really makes a difference. I'm gonna go. Let me see, Antonio. Antonio said, "Hey, Oliver," and then he says, "Hey, Nanette. Hey, Sister Nanette." I tell you, Antonio, and this is Fayette. Hi, Fayette. Good to see you. I tell you, Fayette. She's coming out with her second book. I'm so excited for her. Anytime, all of us have creativity in us. It doesn't matter for it doesn't have to be in a book. It can be in anything else that you create. I always say, because it's coming out of your mind into a world that creation did not exist before you created. Think about what that is. That's really powerful. That is really, really powerful. And I'm so proud of Fayette. She's doing so well. And I see Elaine. Hi, Elaine. Happy Monday to you too. Always, always. I just want to make sure that I stay tuned. I stay focused on. I see Richard. I see a Richard. Is that Richard Nichols? I think it is. I see Antonio. I can't tell. I'm still trying to get used to Instagram, you guys. So kind of bear with me. And but I wanted to share that story with you guys because, I will say this. As you go through life, and you know this, if there's one person you need to always make happy, it is you. I know that may sound like, and then Nanette and Antonio, you guys need to quit. It is you. And I thank God I've been able to do these things, which has worked, as I said before, on sets. It has, this year I haven't worked on as many. Last year I did, and the year before, oh my gosh, I worked on like 4 or 5. But I'm slowing down, be one reason, because I am writing. And it's hard for me to work on sets and write. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is. I mean, I'm sure you can do it. It's just hard for me to do both because when I'm on the set, I'm focused on that. When I'm writing, I tend to be focused on that, so I'm not as focused. So right now, I am writing, and even that takes time. Even whether it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's still gonna take time. It's not like whoop, I write and that's it. No, it still takes time to come up with the story and all those things. So it's a time thing. But I just admire people that can do both. They can work on the sets and write and do those things. No, I have to learn. For me, it takes me to focus to write. But it's going to come together. When it was time for a movie to come out, well, first of all, let me say this. The movie that I'm in, I think I remember sharing this with all of you, and that is called Urban Flesh Eaters. I'm in 2 scenes. I'm just going to tell you the truth on this. So you probably, I don't know if you want to miss me or not, but I'm in 2 scenes in the movie. Urban Flesh Eaters will be coming out in, I think it's October. I don't have the date, but when I have the date, I'll let you know the date that it'll be out. You'll see, I'm sure if you're on the email, you'll get all the information. Anybody here that's on the email list, you'll get everything. If you're not on the email, you can send me an email to Mary, Mary, at marydwelch.com. Just send it there and I'll get it. So just send it to Mary and Mary D. Welch. Is this a comment from you, Antonio? Okay, here you go. Let's see. Antonio has a comment and he said, okay, okay, if I could reach out to the cast it would be good. I mean, I could reach out to them. I don't know that they would come on the show. You remember they're working, Antonio. I know it'd be nice, but this is what I always, when I meet any quote unquote, we call them actors. They're known as talent. When I meet someone, I always say this, that I admire your work. Because the fact that they can encompass a character and make me believe that character, what those words they're saying is that character, is beyond anything. That's a talent. That's a talent. And they do such an excellent job of it. So I just would say, you can reach out to them anytime you want to. Antonio, you see their names on the credits, you go to their Instagram, and you can send them messages. You sure can. Now, I can't say they'll answer them, but that's any of us. That's how close it is now for us to get to people. You can send them messages. It's not hard. So just so you know. Okay. So, I almost forgot. The other talent from Beyond the Gates is the lady, those of you that watch the show, she is one of the articulates. It's the tall, thin lady. I was working on a set, and she was one of the talent on that set also. So I actually have a picture of me and her. I probably should put it up. I have a picture of me and her. I think I have a picture of me and Marquita, and I'm not sure if I have a picture of me and Maurice when I worked on set with him too. So those 3, it's so interesting that they would be now. Now remember, this is only the one I worked on filming was last year with Maurice. And I remember just meeting the man. And let me say this about all of them. Every last one, kind, nice people, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Just very nice, very down to earth. They just, they're living their lives. I would think now they're living their dream because they're on a soap opera that's doing very well. It's already been picked up for the 2nd season. Here it is. They're finished. Well, I don't know if they're finished with the 1st season or not. I don't know. But I do know they've already been picked up for the 2nd season. That means that it's a hit. It's doing well. and it has a following. So they already said we want them back for the second season. So that's a good sign. It's a very good sign. I was just speaking to somebody earlier about Beyond the Gates. I didn't know this other lady. She said, I watch Beyond the Gates. As soon as I know somebody watches Beyond the Gates, I'm like, you watch Beyond the Gates? Once you have that commonality, it's on. It is on. Hi, Nell. How are you, sweetheart? How are you? I haven't seen you. Hi, Mary. What parts are you in? And what's the movie about? Oh, thank you. Let me say this. The movie is about zombies. I know. I'm not the zombie movie. I just want you guys to know that's not my thing. But let me tell you what. When I was in makeup and they were putting my makeup on, all I could think of was, you don't even like zombie movies. And I said that, oh, you said you're good. Okay. Now you're too much. I said, I'm good. But at the same time, when you see how everything is done, it takes the edge off. Let me tell you that now, ladies and gentlemen. When I saw how everything was done, it's like, oh, okay. That took the edge off. And I didn't feel so bad. Let's see. There are comments over here. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything on Instagram. So I would tell you, and this truly is living a dream. Let me share that with you. This, just to work on the sets, is living a dream for me. Just to write scripts is living a dream for me. I never knew I could write scripts. I never knew. Oh, you see, it's your kind of movie now. Oh my goodness, girl. That I'm glad for you. It's not my kind of movie. I'm in the movie, but it's not my. Think about what I'm saying. It's a movie in the horror. I would say yes. Nanette, I would say it's in the horror genre. I think it's a yes on that. Now, I haven't seen the final cut. Let me just tell all of you that. I haven't seen the cut. So I don't know. I just know it's going to be good. Let me tell you that. I already know it's going to be good. That I already know the executive producers on it. It's going to be a good movie. You'll like it. I don't want to tell you, but don't get me wrong. You'll get the emails, you'll get the trailers, you're going to get it all. When it comes close to the movie coming out, you'll get all that. So don't even worry about it. Now, my part, I'm background. Well, remember I said I was crafty? Okay. I'm crafty. So when you see the credits, you'll see Mary D. Welch crafty, but you'll also probably see me as an extra or background in that movie too. So I did 2 things in that. Other than that, but I've been crafty a minute now. So, but I've also been a casting assistant on a movie. I was the casting assistant on the Tonisha Welch story. I'm a casting assistant on that. But I've been more crafty than anything. That's been the position I've been in. But I'm thankful for that. I've had quote unquote actors come to me and say, how did you get that? How did you get this? Who do you know? I'm not kidding. Come to me and ask that. Who do you know? And how did you get this job? And I didn't even know what to say. I felt like I was just, I was just asked to do it and I did. That's it. And they're like, do you know, I would give anything to have this job. They were telling me this and I'm sitting here, you're kidding. They're like, no, you don't even, they see, that's how, when you're ignorant, you don't know. But you don't know. And they said, you are on a movie set. You are meeting people, which is true. All of this is true. But I didn't think of it like that because I just wanted to, I was just glad. I was so glad to be there. But I still should have, I don't want to say taken advantage of it because I don't try and take advantage of it as it is. I'm very respectful. Let me tell you guys that. Very respectful, probably to a fault. Because I don't want people to, I don't want to abuse the fact that I'm there. I really don't. You said, Nanette says, I generally don't watch movies with the label horror, but I recently made the exception to the movie Sinners. What did you think about Sinners, Nanette? What did you think about it? I like Sinners. Some people do, some people don't. That's like anything in life, though. That's how I looked at it. But I'll be watching. Now, I'm definitely going to watch Urban Flesh Eaters because once being in it, I already know what the two things are anyway. I already know what they are. I'm not going to tell you guys that because I want you to watch it. And then if you don't see me, you don't recognize me in it, then I'll tell you which one I would say, oh, that was me. You guys will be like, oh, that was you right there. Oh, what is that, Nanette? You said outstanding? Nanette, I don't know about the outstanding. It is, I'll tell you, I was so honored just to be in it. Think about just to be in it. That was an honor to me. Just to be in it, I'd never been in front of the camera. I've always been behind the camera, always. And so when I was asked to be in front of the camera, I'm like, yeah. They said, do you want to be in a scene? I sure do. And then I said, I've never been in a movie. They were shocked. Everybody's like, what? Like, what do you mean you never been in a movie? You work? I said, never been in a movie. I always worked behind. And they're like, well, you're going to be in this one. We're going to see your face going to be in there. Now, and how clear you see me, I don't know. Honestly, like I said, I haven't seen the final cut, so I don't even know where. I know where they filmed me, but I don't know where it is in the movie. That's what I'm saying. I'll tell you guys that. So I just want you to keep that in mind. But I say this to you. Many of you, if you were here last week and you heard Martin Morrow, he's the gentleman that's in the commercial that he sticks his hand in the guacamole. That I always use that as that's because that's what he does. But I say that to you because, and I talked to him about that. I said, how long have you been in LA how long before you got your first commercial? And he was saying, all I would tell you in this business is keep taking classes. Never stop taking acting classes, drama classes, get as many classes. And I think what he's saying is you're always honing your craft. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends for any of us if you really love what you're doing. And I truly believe that is the key. You must love it. You have to love it beyond anything, whether you're paid or not, whether you're making money or not. Do you love what you're doing? Period. I think that's it. And when you do, the money will come. That's what I think it is. The money will come as you're doing it. So anybody have any questions? I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. I was just going to talk about some other things with you guys. But this to me is more interesting than what I was going to talk about anyway. So any questions about, let me say this. The way the question's not up there, but I'm going to go on and say, people have asked me, how did you get started? I got started as a volunteer. That's how I got started. I volunteered. No one, that's what I would tell you. Oh, I see the I don't see the Facebook comments. I just saw Daryl. Hi, Daryl. But I would tell you, I volunteered. There's no, now I can't say, that's the only way I could tell you is I started as a volunteer. Now I get compensated. So it didn't start out like that. It didn't at all. And you have to learn what it is. And I literally have changed. Many of you know I was a high school history teacher. I was, at one time, I was interim vice principal. I've been so many things. I was a career center director, a work experience coordinator, all of these things, which had nothing to do with the entertainment industry. Not one thing. So to be in this industry and and I think it's taken me a while to come to terms of being a creative. I've been a creative my whole life and did not know it. Just didn't recognize it. Then, as you know, started writing books. That's how I started. I was writing books. And then I started writing children's books and met someone that, a writer also, and she was turning her books into film. And that's how I got started. So I take screenwriting classes. I'm constantly writing now scripts, and then pitching. That takes time. None of this. So I'll play like this. You're going to see one of my movies. It's just a matter of time. Let me say that to all of you. So, it's just, that's all this is now. I'm convinced. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen. Working on movies, working on movie sets, did not happen overnight. But guess what? It happened. So if somebody were to call today and say, we need somebody for Crafty, I can help you. They just call and say, we need a casting assistant. I can help you. Those two jobs I do know, but there's so many more jobs. There's more work behind the camera than there ever is in front of the camera. There's tons of jobs behind the camera. So if you have said, I want to be in the industry, but I don't want to be in front of the camera, don't worry about that. There's a whole lot of jobs behind the camera. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to say, oh, I don't, what can I do? It depends on what you want to do. You have makeup, you have wardrobe, you have, it's so many PAs, production assistants that do a multitude of different jobs. You have lighting, you have people behind the scenes that are setting up for the scene. You have that going on. You have sound. There's so many jobs. When I tell you, it's just so many. And I didn't even name half of them. I just named a few of them. But if that's an interest, I would encourage you to go forth with it. I really, really would. It is very rewarding to be a part of something of that magnitude. I know when it's time for the movie, and the movie will, I said, I can't tell you when, because right now the first is get where someone is interested in it. I still write. I just know it's just a matter of time, and somebody's going to say, yes, I'm interested in your movie. Yes, we want to make the movie. It's just a matter of time. And you can bet, guess who's going to be the first to know about it? You all will be the first to know and be like, guess what? Yeah, the movie's going to be made, you guys. It's going to be made. You're going to see the email. The movie's going to be made, or I'll say the movie's coming out, because I'll probably tell you by the time we film, because if I tell you too soon, it's like about a year and a half to 2 years easily that it takes to do all this. And it's better if I tell you after it's filmed, probably even after it's edited, and I tell you that it's going to be coming out soon. But it can take about a year from filming to when you see it on the screen. Depends on the movie. Some movies take a year to film. They really do. It takes about a year just to film the movie. So there's so many things that are involved in this. So, but just know, when it's time, you are definitely part of it. I will come and tell you guys all the exciting things about it and share that with you, and bring you with me on this journey. This is a journey. We're all on it. Think about it. We're all floating in space on the planet called Earth. And this is our journey. This is our journey. We get to be here. Just being here is winning. We're winning because we're here. Because we're here. You don't have to worry. Just because we're here, we're winning. We don't have to do anything else, or you're winning already. I don't know if anybody had any questions about anything I did. Now let me tell you the things I was going to share with you. And I'm still going to share because we have time. Is the email I sent out, and it talked about umbrella insurance. I'm talking about the boring stuff. Who wants to talk about that stuff, huh? But anyway, you still got to do this, everything. You still got to take care of business. I'll say that. If you're a homeowner, whoever here is on here that's a homeowner, let me explain what umbrella insurance is. So I'm changing the subject on this. I'm leaving entertainment and I'm going to the boring stuff. But it may be boring, but it's necessary. Okay. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff you do to protect yourself from the public. And somebody does, I'm sorry, the phone's, I don't know how to cut it so the phone doesn't ring while you're recording. I don't know how to do that. One of you guys have to send me a message and tell me how to do that. Okay, this is the stuff. Umbrella insurance. What is umbrella insurance? Umbrella insurance is for those of you that are homeowners and you have, you own your own home, or whether you have a mortgage or whatever, and you want to protect it from the public because that's who you're protecting it from. And let me say this before I go any further. I'm not a lawyer. Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry about that, Insta. I'm not a lawyer. I am someone that just knows these things, but I'm not a lawyer. Long as I preface that, anything I say after that, who cares? I'm not a lawyer. That's the truth. I'm not a lawyer. But I do want to share this with you because somebody needs this. I don't know who the somebody is, but somebody needs it. Now, let me explain what umbrella insurance does. It protects your home, your cars, your rental property. You can go up to, I believe it's 10 million. Excuse me. Let's say you own 10 houses. You may want to go up to 5 million. I can't tell you. I know you decide how high you want to go, but I will tell you this. 1 million is about $700 a year to get 1 million in coverage. So if you own your own home and somebody slips and falls for some unknown reason, they're not suing you. They're suing your insurance company because that's who has the money. Basically, is what it is. So your insurance company would have to pay a claim. Now, let's say they sue. Your house is worth $500,000. They may sue you for $750,000. The umbrella insurance is going to make up the difference between that 500 or half a million and the 750 or the 250,000 on top of that. That's why it's called umbrella. It's covering what your homeowners is not covering. Now, the other question could be, where do you get that insurance from? You would go to your current homeowners insurance and see if they offer it, or if they may refer you to another entity, another insurance company that does offer it. That's pretty much it. Now, that's umbrella. The other one that was on that, this is all from that I sent out a week ago, and it had umbrella insurance, it had transfer on death deeds, it had a holographic will, and there was one more thing. I can't remember what the third one. It'll come to me. But anyway, so let me go on down there with those two. So that is what umbrella insurance is. Okay. Next, the next thing on there was a transfer on death deed. What is that? Now, this is also for someone that you own. You either have a mortgage on it or you own it outright, but your name is on that deed. And if it is, then when you pass away, who's going to get the property? One way to not put it another person's name on the deed, because if somebody sues that person and their name is on the deed, they can sue you for that property too. That's why you don't want to put people's name on your deed. You want to not put someone's name on the deed. But if you have the transfer on death deed, the way that works is it's a form. You fill it out. It has to be notarized. I'm speaking for California, by the way. Let me stress that, because I know when we're talking to the internet, I can be talking to anybody. It's California and 34 states. Say it again, California and 34 states. So it's not all 50 states don't have this, but a lot do, but everybody doesn't. If you go on Amazon, I have a book called Save Your Home from Probate. That book gives you the forms to fill out, but you can't fill them out by the book. It just gives you the examples. They're all in the book, and the states that currently have it. Now, let me say this. That could have changed since that book was in print or printed. The 34 states may have increased, or somebody could have no longer had it. But on transfer on death deed in Florida and Michigan and Texas is called the Ladybird deed in those 3 states. California is transfer on death deed. In the other states that I didn't name, and it also includes Washington, D.C., which is the District of Columbia. Those all use the term transfer on death deed, except for those 3 states that I named. Okay. Texas, Michigan, and Florida. They all are called Ladybird deed. The way that one works, you fill it out, you have it notarized. In California, you need 3 signatures, 3 notarized signatures in California. Now, the other states, to my knowledge, I don't know that they've changed it. California changed, and that's why they went to the 3 signatures, which before it wasn't like that. 2 years ago, it changed to now they want, and they want 3. When I say 3 signatures, that means you're 1 signature, and then you need 2 witnesses. The 2 witnesses cannot benefit from the property. So they cannot be beneficiaries and witnesses. They can be one or they can be the other. They cannot be both. So that's the difference. I don't know if the other states have changed. I just know California's changed. So that's what's a big difference about that. Okay. Now, the other thing that I mentioned in that email was a holographic will. And please let me know if you guys have any questions. What is a holographic will? A holographic will is a will where you've written the will by hand and you sign it and date it. California accepts holographic wills. And I'm going to tell you why. Because so many people die intestate, meaning they own property, they have no will. So now the judge has to determine who gets the property. And the judge, they don't know you or anybody else. So they're kind of like at a disadvantage. So they'll accept a holographic will over no will because so many people die without a will. Now that can be contested, but so any kind of will can be contested. Let me make that perfectly clear to everybody. Anything can be contested. It's not just a holographic will. It doesn't matter what will. Any will can be contested. So that's just the facts. I didn't talk about this, but I did want to share this with you. I've heard people say, well, they have power of attorney. A power of attorney is it lives as the person lives. Let me use an example. I give Oliver my power of attorney. That means he can sign for me. He can do it, which really he can do now anyway. But I give him my power of attorney. I sign over the paper. He has my power of attorney. That means he can act in my stead in any way that I would act. A power of attorney is saying, this person is me. That's what it really says. So you have to, be careful as you're giving your power of attorney away. You're saying they're going to do the right thing for me. So the power of attorney is really powerful. It only lives as the person lives. People don't know that. They think, I've heard people say the person has been dead and gone. I have power of attorney. I said, you do know that died with them, right? They didn't know that. They were still operating as though that power of attorney matters. And it doesn't. Once the person dies, it only lasts as they live. That's it. So this is, now, as I said before, with the holographic will, let me go back to that quickly. You have to check in your state if your state will accept it. Many states won't. I want to add that they won't accept the holographic will. That's just the facts. California does. California has almost 40 million people. Many people die without a will. So they're like, we'll take anything. If you have something written down and you signed it and dated it, we'll take it. That's just because it's so big. Some states won't. So you got to check with your state and to find out which ones will and which ones won't. That kind of thing. And there was one more thing, and I can't think of what it was. So I wanted to make sure I got all that information out to you, because for somebody, some of this is going to matter. For some other people, they could care less. But that's okay, because this is what I've learned. Everything is not for everybody, but everything is for somebody. It's not that, and I say that because as many of you know, those of you that receive the emails and you receive the text messages, and you're like, I know some of you look at the message going, I don't need that. That doesn't apply. I don't care about that. I could care less. But guess what? one of those messages you are going to read and go, oh, I needed that. I needed that information. And, I wanted to, that, I have no way of knowing. But just so you know, every single message that goes out, there's a prayer behind it. There's a prayer that I'm saying, Lord, send this to whoever needs it. Let them get this information. Antonio, I see your mess. I see you left a message over here. I can't see the Facebook message. Nanette, I was wondering if we could connect with each other. Okay, Antonio and Nanette, I will give you each other's phone numbers. I have both your numbers, and I'll make sure you get them. But did you have any questions for me? Because some of the things I'm saying today is really heavy, truthfully. There's some things here today that, not about the movies though. That's not the heavy part. That is the work. It's work. I don't want to lie to you. It is work to write scripts. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. It is work. Work. But what I finally realized, you have to make up your mind. Are you going to do this or are you not? And if you're not, that's fine. If you do it, fine. It's really up to you. It truly is up to you. See, some of you have stories that will never be told. They'll never be told. What'd you say, Nanette? Okay, I'll make sure at the end of the show, I'll make sure you guys connect. So you get to talk to Antonio. Is this the one and only JC Womack? It's like, it's a thing you can't remember and enter. No, but I can't even enter via trust. Tell me, explain it, JC. And good to see you, JC. I can't think of what the name. That's not that. I didn't even talk about a trust. I didn't even talk. This is what I didn't say. Thank you, JC. Please explain that to everybody. On the trust, let me tell you some of the things you can get that are in a trust, just so people know. If you have a trust, if you go to an attorney and they make a trust for you, and I don't want to tell you what it's going to cost because every attorney is different. You're going to have the power of attorney. That'll be in that trust. You're going to have a medical directive. You're going to have the do not resuscitate. What'd you say, JC? It's good to see you. I hope are you getting the emails? A living trust. Okay, thank you. It's going to have the what I miss. I should let you do it. JC, you know more about this than I do. That's why it's so nice to say I'm not an attorney. Let me say that. It's so nice to say that. This is my husband, JC. You guys, we have to get together. Oliver says, hi, repeated audience. Thank you for joining the show and hope you are absorbing the information that's presented to you. It's a lot. I've gone over a lot today, more than I meant to, but I just wanted to share this with everybody. So, JC, do you want to write the things that are in a trust? Let me tell you, the TOD or the transfer on death deed is actually called the name is called a poor man's trust. That's the nickname, a poor man's trust, because it's attached to your deed. It costs about $125 to do this. And when I tell you that's pennies, ladies, literally pennies. To keep that home out of probate, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So those of you saw Oliver's comments. Oliver, there we go. Let me make sure your comments. So yeah, I'm okay, JC. Okay. It's been so long. I'm telling you. Good to see you too. I'll be back. Okay. But I want to make sure everybody knows on the trust. I'm missing something. I know it's the medical directive. I know it's the will. Maybe that was what I missed. It has a will in it, has a medical directive. It has you're gonna attach it to your deed, which is exactly what the transfer on death deed does. So let me just say this. The goal is to keep it out of court. That's the goal. Let me be real clear about what's going on here. The transfer on death deed, the goal is to keep it out of court, because you don't want a judge to decide this, because no telling what you're going to get when they have to decide it. Nothing against judges, by the way. I don't want to sound like that. But I'm saying you're asking someone who knows nothing about the person that owned the property to make a decision about the property. It's better if you make the decision for yourself who you want the property to go to. I know we have children, and I've already told them it has to be sold. I would love to keep our property. Who wouldn't? But that's just not realistic. You're asking people to fight. Is what I know. That's how I feel about it. You're begging them to see it, to fight. Let's fight, because nobody's going to agree. And you got people. Some people want their money out of it. Some people don't. It's just it's a mess. So I would encourage you, if you whatever you want to do, if you're a homeowner, you own. And when I say homeowner, I don't mean you own it. I mean that deed is in your name. That's what I mean. Make decisions now so that it'll be a smooth transition when you're gone. That's really all it is. That's truly all it is. And I'm going to say this, just so we know. In California, there is no common law marriage. Anybody got that? There's no common law marriage in California. We think it is, but it's not. So if you know someone that said they're married, they're common law married, and they're in California, let me explain what's going on here. If they live in California and they say, and they're living together and they never went down to that courthouse and got married, guess what? Not only are they not married, there's nobody, it's not being recognized in the state of California. Now, here's the exception. If there's a couple that lives out of state, they live in a state that says we recognize common law marriage. We recognize people have lived together for 5 years, 10 years. I think don't quote me on any of this, by the way. Look it up for yourself. I think it's 7 is the minimum. You have to have lived together. Now they recognize you as being married, as being a husband and wife. And you move to California. California will recognize it because your state recognized it. Now, that could have changed, by the way. So don't quote me on any of this stuff. Remember, I am not a lawyer. So, I don't want you to quote me saying, Mary Wells went out there and said, no. This is what I'm telling what it was. Now, things could have changed. Things change all the time in the legal profession, all the time. So just check on that. Okay, and Tony, you said, hey, Mary, I was going to tell you that I'm thinking about writing a book about my friend's chickens. And she has 13 chickens and she lives in Jacksonville, Florida. And her name is Get Out. Write the book, Antonio. You got my vote. Write that book. That sounds like a cute book. See what I mean? I get the I call it, it's like it's like a humming. So I get that when I know that's a good book, Antonio. I can tell you right now, it's a good book for sure. Two Marys. Oh, it's got to be a good book. The book that I've been telling you guys about is sharing with you too. I know we're down to like 5 minutes. When I Was on the Moon, it's going to be up on Amazon pretty soon here, and you can get pre-orders. So you're going to be able to go on Amazon and pre-order it. I don't know if it's going to be the digital copy first, and then you'll pre-order the book. I don't know. We're still working that out, but it's coming. Remember, Mary D's VIPs. That is, if you're not on the email list, let me put this up for you. I can't imagine anybody not being on the email list, but you never know. If you are not on the email list, you want to get on that email list, because the email list, the email list has, I'll put it in the chat. This is, here we go. Call this number and leave your name, your cell, and your email. And you want to get, you're going to be the Mary D's VIPs is going to be coming out soon also. And I'm very excited for you, for those of you joining the VIPs. It's going to be monthly. There'll be opportunity drawings. You get to win gifts. The VIPs get spotlighted monthly. So every month, one of the VIPs will be a spotlight. If you're a VIP, you get a 5% off. You're 5% off if you're sending an e-blast. So you don't pay full price for one of your e-blasts, I should say. You get one e-blast at 5% off. You get all kinds of, many of you have been with me for a while, you get, when I get movie tickets or anything like that, you get them. You'll get everything before the regular list gets it. If I can give it to them at all, let me say that. But you will be the first ones to get everything. So you want to be one of Mary D's VIPs. Those of you that have been conversing with me and as they say, and rocking with me now for a while. Some of you, like I said, the super fans. Antonio is a super fan. Antonio and his mom, Lori. Hi, Lori. Hi, Antonio. Nanette is a super fan. I can't tell you. They don't miss a show. Those two, and Elaine. Elaine's a super fan. Hi, Elaine. I can't thank you guys enough. And when I go live, I know I'm going to see at least Antonio, Nanette, and I see I'm and Elaine. If I don't see anybody else, I'm gonna see those three. And I can't thank you enough for being there. And Oliver's there at every show. You know that. But I'm saying, just knowing you guys have my back, knowing you there, knowing you support, you taking time out of your day. And I just want you to know I thank you and I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's on today. Thank you. Because you know what I noticed, ladies and gentlemen? You'll come back later and watch the replay. You'll come back and say and make comments. It means a lot. I don't want to start getting choked up, but it does. It really does. So thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing the emails. Thank you for sharing those text messages. And just call the office and leave your name and your information, and you'll be added to the list. When everything, and it's going to roll out for the Mary D's VIPs. The VIPs, that's where you want to be. The VIPs, let me go over that so you know what it is. It's $7 a month. Or if you want to get 2 free months, you do it for the year, which is $70 for the whole year. That's not bad. Many of you have been here long enough to see the movie tickets. I've had museum tickets. I've had, so many things. I've had books. So you're going to be here so now your names, all the VIPs will be in there for an opportunity to win all kinds of fun stuff. I have travel certificates where you get discount if you travel, all kinds of stuff that you guys get. So you will really, really, I think you'll appreciate it. I really do. I think you'll really like it. It's actually, the goal was to make this a fun place for the supporters. So give them an avenue, a place to be. And I see Antonio. You got your Christmas cards. I'm looking at the other window over here. You got your Christmas cards painted and you're getting them ready. Good, Antonio. Antonio does not play. I can tell you right now, he's about his business. So thank you, Antonio. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, we are down to like 2 minutes. So I want to tell you thank you. For those, let me give them a quick reminder. Today at 6:30, for those of you who live in the Riverside, San Bernardino, Inland Empire area, there is a gentleman. He is a community advocate. His name is Mr. Dale Roberts. And there's a commission meeting to determine if the gym on the east side of Riverside should bear his name. And first is this meeting today. If you can be there, please be there. I'll be there. I'm actually going down at probably like 5:00 to City Hall to just be present. So if you can be there, please do. And we're just there to support that because the next step, whatever they say at this meeting, it goes to the city council, and the city council will vote on what the name should be placed on the gym. So anyway, I just want to make sure if you can be there and you live in this area, please do. For some of you who've never met me and you want to be there, I'd love to meet you. Please come up and say hi. I always try to give hugs to everybody and tell you thank you. And it's so nice to meet you guys in person. It really is. So God bless each and every one of you. I will see you next Monday, this coming Monday. And I think that's the Monday Jewel Diamond Taylor will be the guest speaker. I think she's on there. All righty. So God bless you. I'll see you on Monday, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, before I go, I said bye-bye, and then I'm still here, huh? You guys said, I thought you was leaving. I know. What can I say? Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.